Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about one of the most mysterious and enchanting creatures in the ocean, seahorses. These little marvels of marine life are like something out of a fantasy novel, and honestly, once you dive into their world, you realize how truly unique and fascinating they are. Seahorses belong to the genus Hippocampus, which translates to horse caterpillar in Greek, a fitting name given their horse-like heads and curling tails. Unlike typical fish, they swim upright using a tiny dorsal fin that beats up to 35 times a second to push them forward, while their pectoral fins near their head help with steering. It's a form of movement that looks less like swimming and more like a slow, hypnotic glide, which is exactly why they captivate so many people. But don't let their gentle pace fool you. Seahorses are clever, strategic creatures that have evolved in remarkable ways to survive in the wild. For starters, they're masters of camouflage. Their skin can change color to blend in with coral, seagrass, or seaweed, making them nearly invisible to predators. Their bodies are covered in bony plates rather than scales, giving them a kind of armor that makes them less appealing as prey. Even their tails are incredible. They're prehensile, meaning they can grip objects like seagrass or coral branches, anchoring themselves in place to avoid being swept away by ocean currents. It's their way of saying, "I'm here, but you won't see me unless I want you to." And speaking of hiding, that same camouflage plays a key role in their hunting style. Seahorses are ambush predators. They anchor themselves quietly and wait for small crustaceans, like tiny shrimp or copepods, to drift by. Then, in a sudden burst, they use their long tube-like snouts to suck in their prey with lightning speed, no teeth involved. Just a powerful vacuum of suction that's faster than a blink. They might look delicate, but when it comes to feeding, they're incredibly efficient. Some species can eat hundreds, even thousands of small prey each day. Since they lack a stomach, food passes through their digestive systems quickly, which means they have to eat almost constantly to stay nourished. It's like running a 24/7 buffet just to keep going. But if there's one thing that truly sets seahorses apart from every other creature in the sea, it's their approach to reproduction. In an extraordinary twist of biology, male seahorses are the ones who get pregnant. That's right, the female transfers her eggs into a pouch on the male's abdomen, where he fertilizes them internally and carries them until they hatch. During this time, the male goes through physical changes, adjusting internal fluid levels, and even contracting to simulate labor. Eventually, he gives birth to anywhere from a dozen to over 1,000 tiny, fully formed baby seahorses called fry. This reversal of reproductive roles is incredibly rare in the animal kingdom and has made seahorses a powerful symbol of partnership and gender role reversal. It's one of the most astonishing examples of natural diversity and adaptation. What's also fascinating is that many seahorse species are monogamous. They form strong bonds with a single partner and perform daily courtship rituals, like synchronized swimming and color changes, to maintain their connection. These underwater love dances can last for hours and are not only beautiful to witness, but essential for reproductive success. It's like watching a romantic ballet in slow motion. And here's a fun fact that always surprises people. Seahorses have independently moving eyes. Much like chameleons, this allows them to look forward and backward at the same time, giving them a full panoramic view of their surroundings without moving their heads. And while they may look soft and cuddly, their bodies are surprisingly rigid due to their bony exoskeletons, which offer protection but limit flexibility. Another odd but interesting fact, they're notoriously bad swimmers. In fact, they're considered some of the worst swimmers in the fish world. They rely heavily on their dorsal fin, which isn't strong enough for long-distance travel, so they cling to whatever they can find just to stay in place. It's a tough life out there, especially for the babies. Once born, the tiny fry are on their own immediately, and only a small percentage survive to adulthood due to predation and ocean currents. Despite their fragile beginnings, those that survive grow into some of the most iconic and visually striking animals in the sea. Culturally, seahorses have held symbolic meaning across the world. In ancient cultures, they were seen as symbols of strength, protection, and luck. In Chinese medicine, they've long been used as a remedy believed to have healing properties. Though sadly, this has contributed to over-harvesting and population decline. Today, many species of seahorses are considered vulnerable or endangered due to habitat destruction, pollution, and exploitation for the aquarium trade and traditional medicine markets. Their homes, seagrass beds, mangroves, and coral reefs are disappearing at alarming rates due to coastal development and climate change. That's why conservation efforts are so crucial. Organizations around the world are working to protect their habitats, regulate trade through initiatives like the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, and educate the public about their importance in marine ecosystems. And trust me, they are important. Seahorses help maintain ecological balance by controlling populations of small marine organisms, making them essential for healthy underwater environments. Their decline is more than a loss of beauty. It's a disruption of the ocean's natural systems. Still, there's something almost magical about seeing a seahorse in the wild, or even at an aquarium. Their upright posture, soulful eyes, and slow, intentional movements make them look like wise little beings, living life at their own rhythm, untouched by the rush of the world around them. Some are as small as a fingernail, others can grow to about a foot in length, but all of them have an impact that far exceeds their size. Whether it's their gentle grace, their fascinating biology, or their symbolic presence across cultures, seahorses continue to capture the imagination of scientists, artists, and everyday ocean lovers alike. So that's our deep dive into the incredible world of seahorses, those elegant, mysterious, and truly one-of-a-kind creatures that show us that sometimes the smallest thing can hold the greatest wonder. If you found this as fascinating as I did, feel free to subscribe, like the video, share it with someone who loves marine life, and drop a comment below to share your thoughts or experiences with these amazing animals. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.